I spent the morning fitting this conduit just to make sure it fits, and so I can get some cable runs, and that should allow me to get the mounting brackets for the cable ties that hold this in place in the right areas. I have drilled out and bent some washers so that we end up with an angle. I'll try and show you what those look like. So we end up with an angle bent into them. These I'm in the process of welding to strategic points on the frame. I've done 2 so far. Again, don't judge my welding. The idea is that the conduit sits against these, and then you can run a cable tie underneath them and around the conduit, and that will hold it firmly in place. So I'm going to do 4, one here already done, another one I want to put in down here, and another one under here, and it's going to be a real pain in the arse because I can't weld, and it's bad enough for me trying to weld in open areas, but it's going to be a lot of swearing, I think. The important bit is I don't melt anything when I'm doing it, so I'm going to crack on and get that done. I've also repurposed a bracket that I cut off the frame before. I think this is actually the horn mounting from before. I've resized it and welded that in place so that we can mount the horn where we discussed in a previous video. That is, if it'll focus, the other 2 brackets welded on there. Don't judge me. You try welding that, especially with my skills. Right, I'm going to cable tie the rest of the conduit in and see how we're looking. Okay, good. We've got plenty of flexibility in the conduit that allows the cables to flex with the turning. We have brackets that allow me to cable tie. Once they're trimmed and colour coordinated cable ties are fitted, they'll be virtually invisible on these brackets. Second one here, third one way down here, third one, and the fourth one here. And I'm going to leave the rest of this loose to allow for some flexibility in the cable. I don't want to attach it too firmly. If there's an issue later on, we can deal with that. Also, we've got the conduit under the centre board here. I did it mostly for aesthetic purposes, but it also buys us a bit of free play should we need a bit of extra conduit movement later on. But it should be mostly hidden there. Right, it's got the number plate back on, thrown on. Just kind of ruined the look a little bit, but hopefully if this all works, then I'll get a nice metal pressed number plate, which will set it off a little bit nicer. Yes, I think I'm about ready for a quick road trip. Just going to go get myself together and take it for a spin around the block. See what she's like. Focus. Right, road test number 1. Make sure all the systems are functioning and nothing nasty's happening. I do need to find a suitable flooring for it. I'm torn between timber or steel, and I'm not quite sure which yet. Right, let's do this. I think our speedometer's out. I think it's showing fast. First test ride. As far as I can tell, nothing fell off, which is good. There's a few little rattles here and there which I'll have to work on. I notice the horn vibrates a bit, but that's no big deal. But yeah, coming together. Quite pleased. I'm really quite pleased. And she's an unusual looking beastie. Excellent.